Amir Khan believes he can beat Errol Spence, and in this article I'm about to quote from, he's also talking about this long-awaited potential showdown with British rival Kell Brook. So first of all, he talks about Spence. He says, Errol Spence is a very good fight for me. Stylistically, I've got a 100% record against southpaws. If I'm at the best of my condition, I honestly think I can defeat Spence with the speed and movement and it being at 147 where I feel comfortable at. I think that's a good fight for me at that weight. So that's what he has to say about Errol Spence. Then he goes on to talk about Brook. He says, we've made it even more realistic to happen now because I'm with Eddie Hearn and so is he. I think it can happen maybe end of the year. I would like to be in a stadium, to be honest with you. I want the big show, definitely. Kell's a good fighter. I'm not going to say he's a bad fighter. He's a very good fighter and he won a world title. So you have to respect that. I think the fight between me and him would be massive and that's what the Brits want to see. So there you go. Those are the words of Amir Khan talking about potential showdowns with Errol Spence and Kell Brook. Now in terms of him against Errol Spence, he does have a 100% record against southpaws. He is very good against southpaws. The angles just line up very well for him whenever he fights southpaws. So if Khan is at his best, I do think he gives Errol Spence a lot of problems. I wouldn't necessarily pick him, but I think he would have the potential at his best to give Errol Spence all kinds of problems, and I wouldn't discount him beating Spence. Yeah, seriously. I wouldn't discount it at all. As far as Kell Brook, styles make fights. We know that Errol Spence beat Brook, but I would be more confident of a Brook beating Prime Khan than Errol Spence beating Prime Khan, just because of the way the styles match up. I think Brook is a more explosive fighter than Spence, you know. So against the Prime Khan, I'd be more confident Brook beating him than Spence beating him, because more explosive, better at long range, you know. Errol Spence is a guy who needs to get into mid-range or close range to really do his best work. He can box at long range, but his best work is mid and close range, and I think that's where he would need to get at, or need to get to be able to be effective against Khan. Whereas Brook, I think, could be effective against Amir Khan even at long range and dangerous. So even if Khan's moving around, I think Brook will be able to, you know, let them chocolate brownies go and land big shots. End of the day, Amir Khan's a very confident guy. He has to be a confident guy. If he wasn't as confident as he is, if he didn't have this glasses half full mentality, then he wouldn't be a millionaire. He wouldn't have come back from all the defeats that he has. I know people laugh at it, at the things Khan says, but as I say, he wouldn't be where he is if he didn't have that mentality. So I got nothing but respect for the fact that he's a very, very optimistic character. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Amir Khan versus Errol Spence or Kell Brook. How would those ones go? All right, I'm out.